Hi, my name is Haley Solar. I'm the designer of Junim, Los Angeles. Junim is a luxury bohemian collection. It's based around the lifestyle of LA, very, throw on a great dress for the beach and then, switch up your sandals with heels and go out for a night on the town. It's like made to accessorize, very simple with fabrications that we find all across Los Angeles, and most of which are hand dyed in our studio. I was working for Anthropologie for 3 years. I was sort of doing the corporate thing, and I just miss creating my own thing. I loved working with customers, I loved that company, I had so much fun, and I learned a lot about running a big business and working with really creative people, and I was so inspired that on the weekends, or days off, I would find myself just sewing and designing things, and when I wear it to work, everyone, all the customers would come in and rave about it, so it just sort of evolved from there. And I put together a 7-piece collection and showed it at LA Market, and people liked it, so I just kept going. When I first started designing, I was designing for myself and what I wanted, because I love to have, simple things with great fabrics that I could layer on a lot of accessories and change up and, have that one piece in your wardrobe that you go to. But as the line evolved, I realized I was designing for every woman. So I think it's really evolved from something specifically for me and sort of that luxury bohemian lifestyle into something that can be worn more conservatively or for a younger or older customer. The dye process that we do was sort of by accident. I couldn't find any fabrics that any company would let me order without ordering thousands and thousands of yards when I first started. So I started dyeing my own fabrics. It actually came to me in a dream. When I was frustrated, I was up all night trying to figure out what orders I could fill and what orders I couldn't, and I just woke up and said, hand-dyed charmeuse, and I told my boyfriend to write it down. I went back to sleep, and then the next day I woke up and started buying all this silk. And the original inspiration was the Indio Valley and the sunsets behind it, and so it took me a couple days to figure that out, and this whole balcony was just draped in charmeuse everywhere, and all the different dyes, and removing the dye and adding more dye, and using tea and using vegetables and trying to come up with the right colors. And I came up with this really beautiful, light pastel sunset palette. And then when that really started to resell really well, my customers wanted new colors. So the easiest thing for me to do is just sort of look at different times of day and say, well, I've had, the sunrise look, let me go with the sunset, and the twilight's more of a purple, and the dusk is, a really dark brown, and they're very moody colors that take a lot of work. They take 3 steps to dye. They have to be done by hand. There's a lot of twisting and knotting and changing and scratching your head because it doesn't always want to cooperate, and each one comes out different, but they all will be exactly that, whatever time of day that they're supposed to be. I really tried to design for the woman and not for the garment, and I think it's amazing to see them come alive with different body types inside them and see how different women wear my collection.